Hi. So this card's a bit different. I'm calling it a pyramid card. I don't know what it's called. This is the one I received in a swap that I did with some Canadian demonstrators. And it, it's a pyramid. And it's made with shaded spruce cardstock, and I ran out of shaded spruce cardstock. So I made it in real red, and this is the color that we'll be doing in the club cards. But I wanted to start with the video this way so you can see what it looks like, because when I put it up in my stand, you're not going to be able to tell. So there we are. That's the card we're going to be making. So when I first looked at it, I thought it was really quite complicated, but it's not. You need a die cut deer from Dashing Deer, and it's die cut in gold. You need a Velcro closure or magnets if you have them. And it's got 3 red rhinestones. This is a jiggy thing that I made so that I can get the sentiment straight. And I'll show you that in a sec. And then those are to do the ovals. This is a square cut diagonally. Oh, I already stamped that. This is a square cut diagonally, and it makes 2 cards. This will make both pieces are on your card. And then it uses 3 4x4 squares that are... Oh, I know why it looks funny. I haven't got my light on. Hang on. There we are. That's better. Just let it up a little bit. Oh, there you go. Okay, so it uses 3 4x4 squares of cardstock that are just scored diagonally in the middle. That's it. And then it fits in a regular sized envelope. So the one that I received from Elizabeth Green, she closed hers with Velcro. And it works really well. I had some magnets, so I chose to use a magnet. So the difference is that I had to add extra pieces in here and here to hide the magnets, because they're right there. And it just clips shut. Now to put it in the envelope, here's the matching envelope. All you do is open it up, fold it this way, and then it fits right down inside your envelope. Just like that. And then people will do what I did when I received it and think, oh, what the heck do I do with this? Takes a minute, but you eventually get the idea. So I've put a Velcro closure in your package. Okay, so I can put that stamp away because I already stamped the sentiment. Okay, so here's how you're going to do it. You've got 1 square here, 1 square here, and then a square diagonally. So what I did first was I folded it on that score line, and then you take so that'll fit there, and this one you got to get the foldy in the right, so it goes in this way, so it can fold in, and you just run it along the edge of that fold line, and then you take the other one and have the score going the opposite way, and you just run it along the edge. Now you can't use an 8-piece, 4x8 piece and score it there, because when you bend it closed, you end up with a lot of pulling happening on that. So that's why you cut it in half. That's the way I thought it was the first time I saw it, was a sheet that you an 8-inch sheet, and you just folded it in the middle. I did that, and then I had a hard time closing it because it wouldn't close. So you have, when you lay it on here, then I just took a pencil and marked, because you have to know where to put your adhesive. And then you take your other one and lay it on there and mark, yeah, mark that too, just so you know where to put your adhesive, because you don't want it hanging out. And I'm just using regular adhesive here. I'm not using anything fancy. You could use Fast Fuse if you wanted. And try to get it right up in the corner. I'm just going to fold that so I can get it right up into the corner. Another way, I should show you another way that you can do corners like that. Let's just take this off. If you take two pieces like this, oh wait, no, you got to have the sides together that you want to put adhesive on. And then take and put your adhesive on there. No, that's wrong. I'd almost think I didn't know what I was doing. You put your adhesive on like this. So I'm following that score line and I'm just overlapping it there. And then put your adhesive on that. And then just take your scissors and snip it up. Yeah, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have started this video. Then just snip it apart. And then you get it right into your corners. But you really have to pay attention to what parts you're putting adhesive on this card. Because it's really easy to get your adhesive showing where you don't want it. So that's that one. And I'm paying attention to that line there that I put in, just so I don't have any adhesive out past where it needs to go. Got a little too close to that line there. I'm just going to move it up a bit. There we go. Okay, get the other piece. Let's put this back together. Take this piece and you go right up to the top and you just lay it along the side of that fold line there. And then you do the same thing with the other one. And you have to leave a little tiny bit in there. And all I'm doing is leaving the width of the fold line, because when you close it, it has to be able to move, which it won't do if that's a full solid sheet. Okay. So now I've got those pieces together, and that's what it looks like. And I can see my pencil marks, so I'm just going to erase them. Okay, turn that over. Now you're going to put one piece of designer paper here. And you're going to put one piece of designer paper there. And then you're going to put your sentiment piece here. But I'm going to show you how to stamp that so you get it straight when you close the card up. Okay, so remember we were talking about getting adhesive to your corners. So this is where it's really going to come in handy too. If your fingers don't stick. So all I'm doing is I put it, it's still cut down the middle, and I'm just, apparently these two pieces didn't come from each other. That's why they don't match. I'm just got them together and I'm putting it right into the corners because I want to have adhesive right into the corners of the designer paper, or it's not going to stick down. So you just do that and then go in with your scissors and cut the adhesive. The paper's already cut, it's just the adhesive that you have to cut, and it's really easy because the cut line's already there. So apparently I have the tape sticking out. Okay, so now we're just going to whip some adhesive on the rest of it. Make sure you get into your corners and all the way along. I'm so glad I got these time to get these cards done in time to get them off in the mail. The club date is coming up really quick. It's 2 weeks today. So I've got to get these in the mail or our out-of-town ladies are not going to get them in time to be able to play along with us. But that's okay because that's what these videos are for. Okay, so I've got the adhesive on the whole thing now. And I'm just going to stick it on here. I've made these slightly smaller, which is a good thing because sometimes this just doesn't work out. There we go. There's one piece on. And this one. And you will never get these pieces to match up the pattern because you've cut it on this edge and you're matching it on a totally different edge. So there we go. Now I'm going to fold these in. And there's the card. See how easy that was? I can't believe how easy it is. Okay, now to do the sentiment, I made a little jig because if you look at it, it's not straight like you would think it would be. It has to be on an angle so that when you close this and it stands, it's straight like that. So to do that, I made this little jig, and those of you that are out of town, I've already stamped yours, so it doesn't matter. But if you want to make a little jig, then I just put this here. It goes right into the corner, and then you can ink up your stamp and just stamp along the edge of that white piece like that, and then when you put it on, it's straight. I know, how cool is that? Sometimes my brain works. Sometimes I don't understand these things, but sometimes it works. Now this one, I don't have another one to do that trick with the corners, so I just have to turn them over. But because I want to make sure that adhesive goes right into the corner, because I don't want the corners to lift. Okay, so that just goes on here. It stuck to my finger. There we are. Oh, I didn't get the ovals out. Thought I had cut my ovals. Oh well. Okay, so now to put the Velcro on. You put one side. And I'm putting the fuzzy side on first. I don't think it really matters with this one. Usually you want the scratchy one to be on the solid surface, and the the fuzzy one to be on the surface that you're pulling up, but I don't think it matters on this because you're kind of doing it, you're doing them both. So there's the fuzzy on there, and I've got the scratchy part. There, just take the plastic off. Now I'm going to close the card and then just reach in there and squish it together and then gently pull it apart. And once you do that the first time, it's easy to open up. See, it's like it has a memory or something. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to do the decoration that's on the front, and I apologize. I thought I had cut those ovals out and I didn't. So hang on till I get the dies. There we go. So I don't know where my instructions are, so we're going to have to just figure out which ones I used. Let's try this one. Nope. So it's this one. Yep. So that's number 1, 2, 3, number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the matching one. Okay. So I'm just going to take these 2 pieces of cardstock and I'm going to whip over there to my Big Shot and cut them out. I'm coming. I don't like doing the Big Shot on my table because I don't like giving you guys seasickness. So there's the 2 pieces. Put the dies back there where I won't lose them. And there's nothing stamped on it, so I'm just going to put adhesive on there. And here comes those ovals again. Oh man, sometimes it takes me a couple of times to get them so that they're ovaled in the same direction. Okay, and then I'm going to put some dimensionals on them. Now, this is another one of the tricky parts because if you see, it's not centered here because when you close it to put it in the envelope, you have to make sure that nothing has gone past this fold line. Otherwise, it's going to stick out of your envelope. So to do this, take your card and put it this way. That way you'll be able to make sure that it's not going past that fold. And if you get the points, I'm just trying to show you that it has to be straight that way. So the point, because those are the standing on points. So if you line them up on your grid paper so that the points are on the same line, then when you put it on here, straight, it'll be straight. There, so I'm not going to push it down until I get I want to close the card first and hold it up and make sure. See, when you close it, it hangs out past the edge of the card like that. I don't know how to put this so that you guys can see in the camera. And I'm just standing it up so I can see, and it's a little bit low in that corner. No, went too much the other way. Try that. Okay, there. Now, what I did do that I shouldn't have done was put one here. Because that, you see it there, it hangs out past the edge. So I'm just going to lift it up. Now, if I'd have been smart, I would have used the spatula side of my new tool. But I didn't. So there you go. So that's on there. Now, I'm going to put the deer on. So what I did on this one was I cut one out of Thick Whisper White as well and put it on there, but it's really hard to get it all lined up properly, so I didn't do it on these ones. But now, see, you don't want to put anything on his head, but you want it on his neck, because his head is kind of free floating. Put one on his butt, and then you can put some here and some, probably don't need one there, but you could put a slice on his legs. So I'm just gonna stick a little bit. Just like that. Now I'm just going to put him on here like this and just make sure that I've got, I think I'm going to put one in the middle too. Oops, antlers just cut. I think I'm going to put one right there because I don't like how that sags. Okay. These deer are really tricky to cut out of this paper. So if I have time, I think I'm just going to cut them all out for the class, because I don't have the new glimmer paper. If I did, they don't have this plastic backing on, and it's a lot easier to cut, but I need to get rid of the rest of it first. So I'm putting this on here. I'm paying attention to where his antlers are and where his feet are, because I don't want him to stick out past the edge of the card. So now I'm going to stand him up and make sure that's okay. See, on the first one, let's just see how she did it. Yeah, she did it the same way. Okay, so there's the one I received in the swap. There's the red one that I did. Get these so that they're kind of in line like that. And then this is the one I just did. I haven't finished it yet. I haven't put the bling on it. But there you go. There's all three of them. So now I'm just going to put the red rhinestones. She used red rhinestones on hers, and because this is the green, you can see them a little bit better. But yeah, I ran out of shaded spruce. So we're not using it. We're using real red. And that's okay. Maybe I'll put this one down here because there's a nice green spot there. We'll see where I can find a spot for this one. I probably got him up a little bit too high, but that's okay. Let's stick it. Where am I? I don't want it to be like in line with these. So maybe just right up here. Oops. That's not where I wanted it. That's where I wanted it. There it is. That's the card. And you put it together like this. So they're really hard to show with the camera up there like that. There's 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to stand them up and take the phone off and give you a good look at them, but I'm just going to stamp the envelope. This is a really cool, fancy fold. There we are. We're done ski. Okay, let's stand them up, and then I'll try and stand them up this way so that the light's on them, and I'll take my phone off the stand and bring it down so you can have a look at them. Look at that. Is that not the coolest thing? Look, there's the side and there's the back. So this is where you'd put your sign it and stuff. So there you go. That is the pyramid card. Thanks, ladies. Hope to see you soon in my craft room. Bye for now.